Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that helps you leverage conflict to master your leadership skills and live your best life. Hey, I hope you're doing amazing today. And if you aren't, well, choose for yourself to make the rest of the day an amazing day. Today, I want to continue our conversation about emotional intelligence and focus on the first component, that is self-awareness. And I'm going to give you a few tips to improve your self-awareness at the end. So hopefully you were able to complete yesterday's challenge of looking up emotional intelligence and having a conversation or two about it. If you did, today ought to give you some more stuff to continue that conversation. And remember what I said yesterday, the best way to master a topic is to talk about it or teach others about it. Now, most of the information I'm sharing today is coming right out of a few different books. So I want to let you know which books. Daniel Goleman's book, Emotional Intelligence, Travis Bradberry's book, Emotional Intelligence 2.0, Dr. David Walton's book, Emotional Intelligence, A Practical Guide, and a few articles out of the Harvard Business Review that were written by Daniel Goleman. So, in a nutshell, self-awareness is just the way it sounds. It is knowing yourself and what makes you tick. Goleman refers to this component as the inner rudder, and I think that is so cool. I mean, what's inside of us is what controls us and what directs or steers us. And if we can get to know that part of us, well, we can begin to understand why we do the things we do. Now, Goleman breaks down self-awareness into three subcategories, which are emotional awareness, or being able to recognize your emotions and the impact they have, accurate self-assessment, which is basically identifying your strengths and your limitations, and self-confidence, which is being able to understand your self-worth and your capabilities. Naturally, I love this part of emotional intelligence because it's where I always begin with my coaching clients, whether it's individuals or executives or mid-level leaders or an entire team. I always begin by having them complete a DISC assessment because that allows them to get a sneak peek at what's inside of themselves from a viewpoint that they may have never seen before. And once you know where you are, you can begin to understand yourself and why you do what you do, and to improve yourself. As I mentioned yesterday, the coolest thing about emotional intelligence is not only that it's the number one predictor of personal success, according to Travis Bradberry, but it's that you can improve your emotional intelligence by working at it daily. Bradberry gives 15 tips on improving your self-awareness in his book, Emotional Intelligence 2.0. And I want to mention just a few of these today to get you started or to get you thinking about it. The three strategies that really stood out to me were, first of all, observe the ripple effect of your emotions. Man, this one really gets right to the point. Because have you ever noticed how much of an impact your emotions can have on others? As leaders, we inspire and influence others, and our people will pick up quickly on our emotions, both our good emotions and our bad emotions. One of the toughest things I've ever experienced in my life is when I lose my temper and yell at one of my children. And just seeing the look on their face when they turn around and look at me with water welling up in their eyes, man, that just hurts like nothing else. And it allows me to see the ripple effect in action, especially when I hear one of them yell at one of their siblings later on that day. That was because of me. That was the ripple effect of me yelling at them. Another one of Bradberry's tips that really got to me was lean into your discomfort. You know, I shared a while back that I had PTSD for over 20 years before I finally reached out to a counselor for help. I was refusing to lean into my discomfort, but in reality, it was tearing me apart on the inside, and the people that I loved the most were being hurt. Once I faced my discomfort and leaned into it, I was able to work through it. And even though it was a painful process, I was able to get through it. You see, avoiding your discomfort only prolongs the agony that lingers within us. Today, I want to challenge you to lean into your discomfort and work through it. Seek out guidance and counsel and help if you're struggling. We can all get through whatever we're struggling with. And finally, the last Bradbury tip that I want to share with you today to improve your self-awareness is to keep a journal about your emotions. Now, I know this may seem silly if you've never journaled before, but man, this is one thing that can really open your eyes to self-awareness. As you journal what you do and how you feel and what triggers specific emotions within you, you'll begin to see that you can learn to control the awkward situations so that your emotions don't get out of control. Instead, you can learn to control your emotions because you're more self-aware of what bothers you. Hey, I hope this provided some value for you today. And if you enjoy this show, please show me some love by leaving a review on whatever platform you listen on. Have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.